Hey YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice Flat Toy Review. Once again, we're going to be taking a look at only just one Chinese New Year themed item, but we've only just made two water themed toys, but they're just going to be like some sort of, some kind of regular product. It's not really special overall though, of course, because, well, we've only just got like one Chinese New Year themed item along the way here. In fact, I might show that one first while just grabbing the webcam here. And, I don't know about you, but, okay, I better just start there, otherwise I'll be sloppy all over again. Got these two products. But first off, I want to talk about this Chinese dragon here. Oh yeah, look at that. Let me just go ahead and show you what it looks like. It's got a very nice looking green nose on the front there. It's got like, are these bubbles or are those whiskers on the front of the dragon? And let me just go ahead and show you what this dragon looks like now. And if I try and move these products away. Oh, look at that! Look at this baby here. Look at that. That is just, oh my goodness me, look how long this is. Well, not as long as I initially thought, but maybe, hopefully when I make more dragons, hopefully this video shouldn't drag on. Sorry for the pun, but yes, it is quite a nice looking toy. Basically in the design of a Chinese dragon. It looks pretty awesome. I mean, look at the colours there. It's got like, is that bluish green? Not sure how bad it comes through camera, but yes, it looks pretty nice though. Clearly it does look like it's got like green on the top. Is that aqua or turquoise? And then you've also got yellow here as well. And on the back of the dragon, well, obviously the tail of it, of course, is some green, well, basically the same shade of green as that there on the top there, those lines here on the back. And if I go to the front, okay, let's get to the front of course. Okay, so yes, as you can see the antlers, well, they look quite nice, but there's also the ears as well. The ears look quite, well, pretty fancy. Okay, and we've also got the eyes as well. Looks pretty cool. I would have preferred if there was more teeth action going on here. Well, obviously I would have preferred if there was a lot more detailing onto the mouth here and made it a lot more, well, a bit more dragony, or dragon-ish. Shouldn't say these words though, because they're not really real. Yes, I know, it's got like a green nose, yellow on the side, scarlet red antlers or horns, and there's little, tiny little ears as well. Looks pretty basic and simple before. I have made a Chinese dragon puppet before though, in another video which had the penguins in it. It had penguins, it had penguins dancing with a dragon. It was literally called that basic dragon dancing penguin set. It was a 5-pack, right? And yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty cool. I love the whole Chinese aesthetic going on here, I suppose that maybe, sorry for the croaky voice, fogging my throat today. After making loads and loads of Chinese New Year stuff, bet you what, that would probably send a lot of Chinese people talking, I suppose. But yes, that is actually quite nice, but there's actually something quite a bit, kind of baffling though. Well, this stick here is actually a little bit taller than what I've actually thought. This one here is a little taller than the other one. I've actually realised this one's a bit, well, how do you say it there? A bit longer on the head versus what you see on the, how do you say it? The tail, the back of the dragon. The back of the dragon's in a bit of a different height with those popsicle sticks. Pretty nice actually, but I mean, yeah, quite a nice looking Chinese dragon puppet toy. Fancy no one, eh? It's like one of those dragons that you find in those parades. Like, it's like a toy version, right? But anyways, let me just go ahead and move on to something else, and we'll take a look at those 5 packs of water birds. First off, we'll take a look at this one here. It's a flip-up Origami Wild Swan Goose with Gosling Trio with adult pair 5-pack. Funnily enough, we've never ever had this species before. I've never ever heard of a Swan Goose before. And there you go, that is the back of the packaging, which looks like that. Okay, you got some goslings on the front, and then you've also got a pair of adult geese. I mean, where's the all saying duck duck goose? I mean, yes, everyone knows about that game. Quite addictive, eh? Let's just go ahead and take these guys out and see what they look like. There you go. looks pretty interesting, I suppose. I hear the Goslings. They look very similar to Canadian geese by the looks of their appearance, but they are from China, Mongolia and Russia. I think that's where they breed in. And particularly in East Asia, I think, yes, they look quite nice and cute. But most importantly is that they've also got names. Swan, Goose, Gosling. And what's also quite weird is that it's also got two colours. There's white on the left, but there's also yellow on the right. How weird is that? And if I take a look at this other goose here, which in a sense it's a gosling, of course. Remembering baby geese are goslings and not ducklings. And if I show at the back there, that looks totally interesting. In fact, all baby waterbirds tend to look like this. Whenever I think of yellow and brown, ducklings, goslings. Well, except for the cygnets. Well, yes, that looks pretty nice. And there's the other one here next. I suppose spring is just around the corner, right? You know, I did see those daffodils popping outside there, and yes, we're coming up towards spring. And, yes, that's the secret behind spring. At first glance, it just looks pretty cold, and then it just goes pretty warm now. It's pretty much a transitional period, or transitional season. I suppose there's the name here. Sometimes whenever I focus with the camera and such, sometimes it doesn't tend to pretty much work out in what I actually thought of. Okay, let's bring out the swan geese. The adult birds, of course. And yes, they do look very, very similar. I know there's some domestic breeds of this goose. I know this bird has been domesticated. Although it's classified as vulnerable, which is pretty much the sad part. Yes, they've got like brown tail ends. But on the artwork here, they actually tell me they've got like black tail ends. Which is quite weird. It's a bit of a very weird, I'll just say it, piece of detailing, I'll just say it, mishap going on here. I don't know, it's a bit of a very weird confusion and delay going on here. There you go, there's the face, and there's the beak, and the eyes, and there's the other side of it as well. Yeah, it looks quite stunning to look at, and there's also a nice greyish brown colorization going on here. And if I open the wings, that's what it looks like, just a hint of black at the back. Oh yes, and yes, let me just show you the other one here, because I've been saying, oh, but I've been shows the other one. Whatever it is there. There's the other goose. You get the same beak, same eyes, same old body, and the same old tail. And let's not forget, the same old wings. Look at that. Pretty much the same, eh? Same greyish brownish colour. What more can you say? I mean, we've never had this species before, eh? In fact, I need to make maybe like a feeding frenzy, or maybe like a 5-pack of these geese, the adult ones, and a 12-pack. It would have been so much better, you know, because I have seen this bird before though, but in domesticated form actually. Let me just put that one away, and move on to something else. And yes, let me just go ahead and take a look at this product here. It's a flip of Origami Swimming Black-tailed Gull Small Fluff 5-pack. Yay, there you go. £8.50. Who would ever thought I won't be pretty much making seagull products? Well, there you go. Here I am making them now. Are you happy now? Obviously, there's the back of the packaging there. Look at all those seagulls. There's 2 of them here. And I believe they make a noise like this. I think that's how I remember. Obviously, they are pretty much like the most eponymous of all seagulls in Japan, I think. And also Korea as well, I think. And I think they're also breeding in Russia, I think. As I remember, these types of seagulls. They look quite nice. They've got like a black tail at the end. It's actually a very nice looking, very weird, I'll just say it, beak colorization update. Look at that. Looks pretty nice. Let me just go ahead and unpack this. And let's see what they look like. And what's quite funny is that comparing to the other seagulls that that are literally in that swimming pose, they're actually a bit designed in a very different fashion, because I've actually realised they've got those, how do you say it, side folds, which were meant to be like duck wings, but then I realised that's impossible. So I just folded like that. I could have done it the other side though, but no. There you go. There's the name here. Black-tailed Gull. And there you go. There it is. Quite a simplistic product, as you can see. And let me just show you the beak very, very carefully. It's got like an orange end on the front, and right behind it is a black line. And of course, yes, what's behind that black line is this great big hint of yellow. There you go. The eyes are pretty much scarlet red. Well, the eye wings actually, with yellow, obviously, eh? I mean, look at the iris of the bird, and if I show you the other side of it as well, it looks pretty nice. Fancy that one, eh? I mean, it looks pretty spitfire, if you ask me. And if I show you the other birds, I've actually realised that the black line and the orange line on the front of the bird, they actually get a bit, how would you say it, well, a little wider in the sense that they get a little bit bigger. Let me just show you clearly. Yes, a little bigger. But, yes, as you can see, it's, you know, that's pretty much the attention to detail whenever I come and do just like toys. There's the black tail end. That's why it's called, you know, it's called the black-tailed Gull. And yes, as I made that noise before though, the noise that they make is pretty much very eponymous of the Japanese seaside, or, well, if you went to that, I can't remember which breeding colony it was that in Japan. They've got like some sort of Japanese temple, some kind of Japanese temple with a breeding colony of seagulls. The name is just escaping me at the moment though, eh? Somewhere up in the north of Japan. Well, I don't know. It looks pretty nice. Yep, looks cool. There's the orange end and the black end. Of course, looks quite nice. And, yes, I think the noise that they make. And, yes, as I've realised, in Japanese, they're also known as sea cats. Because of the meowing noises that they make in the sea. They're also known as uminekos in Japanese. Umineko being sea cat, I think. And, yes, they're actually quite a very common seagull in Japan, I suppose, especially during, you know, the breeding season. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, actually. I don't know how much top marks I could give this product. Really well. Okay, this one's finished. So, that was a duet of Asian water birds and a Chinese dragon. That's amazing. Being made for Chinese New Year. As always, as per usual, I suppose, eh? I mean, yeah, I think that's about it in this whole video. And if you really enjoyed in this very interesting video, please give this video a like. In fact, it's going to be quite a bit of a quick video, I suppose, though, because, well, that's it really. Subscribe for more Flip content in the future. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And bye for now. And hopefully you like that dragon there. Hopefully this video and you guys didn't really drag on. So for fun.